This hour on Good Morning Suncoast, the calendar says March, but your friends up north waking up to another late winter storm. Will show you preparations as bad weather moves in.
According to the Florida Highway Patrol, hit and runs are on the rise on the Suncoast. What FHP is doing to solve many hit and runs on the Suncoast is straight ahead.
And a piece of prime downtown real estate in Venice may be getting a new life. We've got those stories, plus your weather and traffic this morning. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Good morning, halfway through the week already, Wednesday, March the 7th. Glad you're awake, and it is going to be a different kind of day already.
It is. It's a little wet outside. Good morning to you. I'm Stephanie Webb, and I'd like to thank Mother Nature for the free car wash this morning.
That's true.
See?
A little less.
That did help a little bit, right, John Scalzi? There's always an upside. All that pollen is gone, at least, you know, for a day.
Oh, well, I hope to say that that's true, but unfortunately we didn't get as much rain as some of the computer models suggested. They were a little more aggressive in the amount of rainfall that we get, so I hope you're right. I hope the pollen is gone. I fear that it might not be, but we'll see how it plays out. Cooper in central Sarasota, our youngest weather watcher, reported in with a 1/10 of an inch of rain, and that was pretty representative, I think, of a lot of places, certainly under a 1/4 inch. Heaviest rain now located down to our south, but we do have some showers just to the north of Arcadia, also just around Northport. These showers exiting, they're really fast moving, 20-30 mile an hour forward speed, so they'll be out of there before you know it. And then out in Gulf waters, watch how these showers kind of just tend to dissipate out here as we go through time. I think that's going to be the name of the game over the course of the next few hours. Maybe a little patchy drizzle, maybe a quick passing shower over the course of the next hour or two, but really our heavy rain chances pretty much gone across the area. And as far as thunderstorm activity, I don't think we'll see much of that. The only thunderstorms are way down toward Lee County. So our forecast calls for, by 7 a.m., about a 40% chance of showers, and that may actually be a little bit generous. Then as we head into the noontime hour, we'll see the sun return, but temperatures, they're going to be kind of flat today. Complete forecast coming up in just a few.
Here's a live picture right now from a usually busy spot during the day. Down in Venice at Venice Avenue and US 41. We've got a guy walking by the camera right now. Folks, that is live, that's for sure.
That proves right there that is live, and we don't know what can happen during our live shots.
Some wet pavement, as you see down there, and some quiet roads. We'll check back there and make sure things are okay in about 15 minutes. Let's take a peek at first alert traffic now throughout the Suncoast. We'll notice an issue right there on State Road 70 around Lockwood Ridge. If we can click on that, we'll find out more about the exact location of that particular issue. It's at 45th Street at State Road 70, so be aware of that little slowdown. State Road 70 does get goofy sometimes, and the roads are wet right now. There's Clark Road, westbound, some issues there at Honore, so be aware of that. And then going back to the South County again, we'll check that and see. Mostly clear, a little slowdown on 41 northbound as you travel between Venice and Nokomis.
Well, our top story this morning, high winds, snow, flooding, all headed to the northeast again. They're bracing for the second nor'easter to hit the coast in under a week. More than 200,000 people are still without power from last week's storm. Now a second one is expected to move in just a few hours. Now power crews are working 16-hour shifts to get that power up and running. Blowing snow, high winds, treacherous road conditions, all a big idea out there, especially to coastal communities that are still dealing with severe flooding from earlier.
Well, perspective to our wind and rain here, no big deal.
Not nearly as bad as a nor'easter.
Right.
Well, according to the Florida Highway Patrol, hit-and-run crashes are on the rise here on the Suncoast. And a reminder for drivers this morning, stay at the scene.
Yeah, Marla Spence at a scene right now, at the scene of a high-profile hit-and-run from last year. She joins us now from University. Marla?
Yeah, Ray and Stephanie, I'm live at the crash site where the life of a 20-year-old was claimed just over a year ago after that 20-year-old's car crossed this median into the westbound lane and a car hit that 20-year-old and then left the scene. Now, after that crash happened, it's leaving Florida Highway Patrol and that victim's family with solving and looking for more answers into this case. The Florida Highway Patrol is looking to solve that hit and run as well as others on the Suncoast as the number of hit and runs continue to increase increase since last month. Troopers have been traveling across the state to make the point known that leaving the scene of an accident is illegal no matter what the reason might be. Just last year, there were more than 98,000 hit and runs in Sarasota and in Manatee counties, combined more than 26,000 hit and runs. FHP tells us drivers found leaving a scene of an accident, whether deadly, involving injuries or damage to a property, that there will be serious consequences.
You now have to spend the rest of your days, weeks, months, years ahead, looking over your shoulder wondering, did a part fall off my vehicle? Was there paint transfer? Did someone take a picture of my car? Did someone copy down my tag? Is there a surveillance video from a business? Is there physical evidence on scene? Because we receive tips throughout the year on a variety of cases, and we are going to follow up on every one of those tips, and we're going to investigate these cases, each one of them, thoroughly, because we want this epidemic of hit and run crashes to come down.
We're also told by Florida Highway Patrol that drivers found leaving the scene of an accident can face a felony charge as well as up to 30 years in prison. We're also told that Florida Highway Patrol has also designated one trooper to just focusing and following up on hit and runs on the Suncoast. So far since March of last year, that trooper has solved 80 hit and run crashes. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Marla, thank you for the latest on accidents, traffic, and road conditions. Head over to our app under WWSB or under My Suncoast. New details this morning in the search for a new Northport police chief. Here's a twist. The city manager said he's going to reject all 4 finalists. Peter Lear says they'll begin a new search to find a successor for Chief Kevin Vespia, who is retiring at month's end. The 4 finalists met with the city residents at an open house last week, and despite several days of interviewing, Lear says he doesn't want any of the 4. He said the new search could take 4 to 6 months. Once Vespia retires, Lear says he will have someone from the current staff serve as the interim chief.
Well, just months after losing his license, a Sarasota doctor is in trouble again. Police say Ronald Wheeler tricked a patient into thinking that he had cancer, taking almost $46,000 in the process. Now, this is video that was taken during the search of Dr. Ronald Wheeler's office on Main Street. Now, police say that Wheeler convinced a patient that he had an aggressive form of prostate cancer, and he was the only doctor who could cure it. Now, that diagnosis was made without the required tissue biopsy, which is standard medical care in that case. Another doctor later found the victim to be entirely cancer-free. Police believe there could even be other victims.
Some prime downtown real estate in Venice may get new life. The former Classics Steakhouse building has been empty for several years now, but that could be changing. A local developer named Mike Miller wants to build a boutique hotel, office space, and retail shops. Miller hopes to purchase neighboring properties as well. If approved, Miller says it could take 6 to 18 months, though, before any work actually begins.
And a follow-up this morning on how consolidating the USF campuses will affect students and faculty. Now, the Florida legislature passed an education bill that would consolidate the St. Pete and Sarasota Manatee campuses into the main campus in Tampa. Now, that campus would keep the same name and eventually gain status as a preeminent research university in the state system. Now, the campus regional chancellor says that this move will actually help the university grow. Now, if Governor Scott signs the bill, those campuses will be under one accreditation starting in the year 2020.
Happening today, a big pep rally to send off the Booker High School basketball team. The school will have a rally for the kids at 11:30 a.m. Afterwards, they'll head to Lakeland to play in the state semifinals against Leesburg at 8 o'clock tonight. The winner of the game will play in the finals tomorrow night. So let's go Booker. Meantime, the mother of a Northport basketball player is thanking police officers this morning. Northport PD tweeting this picture of some of their officers and a teenager named Gabriel Berger. His basketball rim was recently vandalized. When Officer A.J. Fisher found out, he and the other officers decided to replace it. Gabriel's mother says it was one of the most unforgettable moments she and her kids will ever have. I love when police step out of their job descriptions and do things like that.
I do. We just had the story yesterday about police in Miami that are actually doing DJ work to keep everybody safe.
Oh,
And
that's
I
right.
like when departments think out of the box like that and do
Right.
some things that are different.
And
It's
that's
good.
when I said they played the song Roxanne by the Police.
Oh boy, 2 days in a row with that joke.
I could recycle my best jokes.
Jeez Louise.
First alert traffic is on the way, and
A family in Pittsburgh is in a battle about football. The parents' argument when we come back.
this is a live picture from Mount Vernon, New York. I love that technology. Going right down the road right now. The roads look relatively clear. That could be changing up there. Let's get the Suncoast view, though. Here's John Scalzi.
Well, things are rapidly improving across the Suncoast, no doubt about that. We still have a chance of seeing some showers around, but it's going to be really kind of light stuff. We'll give it about a 40% chance, and as I said, that's probably generous. By the time we get to 9 o'clock, cut that in half or even forget about it completely. Then as we go into the afternoon, we'll be looking at some fairer weather coming our way. Again, for your commute this morning, a few slippery roads out there. Showers still in progress in some areas. We'll detail that in a second.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Florida Studio Theater presents Blue Suede Shoes, celebrating the birth of rock and roll. From the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, to the king himself, Elvis Presley, this musical review features such great hits as Rock Around the Clock, Mustang Sally, Johnny Be Good, and of course, Blue Suede Shoes. Critics are calling Blue Suede Shoes a burst of rock history, dynamic and high voltage. Audiences are calling it phenomenal. Blue Suede Shoes has been held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
69 degrees the current air temperature. We're down a degree or two over the course of the last few hours. And the wind speeds are up now. Look, north-northwest at about 15. That northerly component to the wind, meaning the front moving through that zone of transition that'll lead us to some cooler temperatures, some drier weather, and an absolute end to the rain shower chances. There's only a very small window left of rain shower chance, and by the time we get to 9 o'clock, I'll put the rain chance at about 20%, and maybe not even that much. For a little patchy drizzle, that'll be about it, and that'll be mostly to the south of us and also toward inland areas. Rains in early, we'll say, and then by 12 noon, 68 degrees. Temperatures are going to be kind of flat today, coming in the upper 60s, lower 70s throughout most of the daylight hours. As we head into the evening, though, we'll see the temperatures start to fall more significantly as that drier air will be in place, and the skies will start to clear out, partly cloudy at worst during the overnight. So we'll wake up, I think, to temperatures that'll be in the 50s, maybe even low 50s across the region. The showers pushing southward. The chance of any kind of severe weather is ended, basically. To the south, there might still be some gusty winds, but not for us. We are watching perhaps the best chance of rainfall from about Inglewood southward this morning. And again, we're not looking at anything really heavy here, but anywhere from, well, I'd even say Osprey southward, you have a chance of seeing over the course of the next hour a little bit of patchy drizzle, some scattered showers, fast-moving showers, so total rainfall amounts are not going to be all that great. But still, could be a problem for those kids at the bus stops this morning. Could be a problem for some of the commuters. High-profile vehicles might also have a problem, as some of these showers could contain some gusty winds. One shower just leaving 17 north of Arcadia right now. Another one around the Rotunda area, moving into areas of South Punta Gorda and Gasparilla, seeing some rain showers as well. Then back out in the Gulf waters, we're watching some clusters of showers with some moderate rainfall, but the tendency is for these to kind of weaken as they get closer to the coastline. Still, over the course of the next hour or two, we'll put in that slight chance of a rain shower at about 40% or so. Total rainfall amounts, for those who are keeping track, not all that impressive. Anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to about 1/4 inch. That's it. Futurecast shows as we progress through the morning, clearing will take place by the time we get to lunchtime. We'll see the sun come out, and the temperatures remain kind of flat, maybe even tapering off a little bit through the afternoon. Clear skies or at least rain-free skies by 3 o'clock pickup time for the kids. And then this evening at 7 p.m., a mix of fair weather clouds and clear skies with a wind out of the north, kind of breezy and a little bit on the chilly side with temperatures falling into the 60s. Might be some light sweater weather required there. Tomorrow morning, sweaters I think will be required by some folks as temperatures fall into the 50s. So the forecast for you today, not a good day for boating because of these wind speeds. We're looking at rip current advisories up and small craft advisories as well, both in near shore and offshore waters. We're looking at choppy conditions on your bay and inland waters, maybe reducing to a moderate chop late in the day, but still 2 to 5 foot seas. Those seas, of course, taking a little while longer to subside. Forecast looking like this: 70 degrees our daytime high today. Tomorrow 65. And then on Friday, another cool day, but a little bit warmer, coming in at 67. Nighttime lows, though, will be in the 40s Thursday night into Friday and Friday night into Saturday. Saturday will warm a little bit, but you'll also notice, I think, a little increase in cloud cover on Sunday. Will work in a chance of showers later in the day, going into Monday when we'll have a first alert weather day because, again, of showers and thunderstorms that'll be around before we turn cooler again with the next front moving through. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside. First alert traffic on some of those wet roads out there for you this morning. Your commute is definitely starting to get a little busier right now. Coming over those bridges and heading into Bradenton is a very busy spot as always. 301 is another busy spot. We do have one thing to tell you about on 70 right there on State Road 70 at 45th Street. There is an accident right there on State Road 70, 53rd Avenue. There's a bit of a slowdown, so if you can find another way around that accident, it's probably a good idea out there this morning. A little bit of a slowdown on Clark, but other than that, not much to see on those roads. Again, it is a little slippery out there from the rain earlier today, so give yourself a couple extra minutes. Now, if you're heading south where more of that rain is just starting to finish up, those roads are going to be a little bit slick out there as well. So it is 6:18, and that is your first alert traffic.
New details on the Harvey Weinstein Company today. There was a tentative deal to sell the company's assets for $500 million, but now investors have backed out of the deal. Sources say the company's debts are far greater than expected. Insiders say bankruptcy is a possibility. Of course, their fortunes changed after last year's sexual allegations against founder Harvey Weinstein. Still ahead in Good Morning Suncoast, talking with teens about dieting may do more harm than good.
That's right. It can affect their mental health as grown-ups and their self-esteem. Plus, Marla?
I'm live at the crash and memorial site of a high-profile hit-and-run. What the Florida Highway Patrol is doing to solve this hit-and-run, as well as many others on the Suncoast, is straight ahead. But first, a live look of flooding in Massachusetts.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Now some wet roads outside right now in the Sarasota-Bradenton area. We've got some issues that John will talk about in a few minutes. Right now it's about mid-60s. We'll have a high of 70. John's forecast on the way. It is 6:23 right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
In Health Smart, a new study shows that honesty isn't always the best policy when it comes to telling teens that they need to go on a diet. Now, it could absolutely affect their self-esteem and even cause some unhealthy eating habits as an adult. Now, to help build a positive and healthy body image, start some healthy habits when they are young, like gardening or getting them involved and teaching them a little bit of how to cook. Now, be the example, because if they do see their parents eating healthier and watching what they eat, they are actually more likely to follow suit. And last, encourage a positive body image by teaching your kids about all the different body types that are out there. I second all of that. I have 2 teenage daughters, so I know it's very important the way that you speak with them about weight.
Well, it's all tone of voice, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, a divorced couple in Pittsburgh is battling in family court over whether or not their 17-year-old son should play football in his senior year of high school.
ABC's Candace Gibson explains their dilemma.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the conversation about concussions taking center stage now in family court.
I love him. He's my son.
He's facing a serious danger.
John Orsini, a father of 3, is in the middle of a heated custody battle with his ex-wife to prevent his youngest son, who has a history of concussions, from playing on his high school football team.
If I don't do it, it's not going to be done, and he's not going to be protected.
Orsini says his 17-year-old son, who has been playing football for a decade, has had 3 sports-related concussions, 2 from football games in the last few years. But Orsini's ex-wife tells ABC News she supports their son's desire to play, saying the high school junior is mature enough to understand the risk of the game and to make his own decision. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on this gridiron court battle. With your GMA First Look, I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
This is my body of proof.
Proof of less joint pain.
And clearer skin.
This is my body of proof that I can take on psoriatic arthritis.
With Humira.
Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to both joint and skin symptoms. It's proven to help relieve pain, stop further joint damage, and clear skin in many adults. Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for psoriatic arthritis.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Want more proof? Ask your rheumatologist about Humira.
What's your body of proof?
Hey, I'm Bob Vitello. This is Chef Mark Positano. We're from Publix Apron's Cooking School. What do you got for us today, buddy?
Well, we got a spring chicken saute with some quinoa.
What makes it spring chicken?
Because it's not old. I guess. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of oil to our pan.
You're supposed to know these answers.
And we got some chicken thighs.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Okay, this got a lot of flavor. And then we're gonna add a little bit of this really nice herb garlic mix.
I just saw that the other day for the first time. We're gonna try that.
Great.
It's cool stuff.
All right. So we get that quick mix. Let's get the chicken coated. All right. And then we're gonna add some fresh peas.
Those English peas, right?
These are the English peas.
Not frozen, everybody.
Not frozen. These are fresh one you got down in produce. Okay. Thank you, sir. Actually, you can take that. Thank you. Okay. And then we're going to add one of our favorite fire-roasted diced tomatoes.
Good stuff. We've used them before.
Add that right into there.
You got it, sir.
All right. And then we have a little spring mix. Okay. Got a little
Hence the name spring chicken. I get it now.
Yeah, all right. So we're at our, just to wilt it. Okay, you want your chicken to cook?
Yeah,
just
we'll make believe it's cooked.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We're gonna add our spring mix to that.
Beautiful.
Let that wilt down.
Love it.
And then we have this tricolor quinoa.
Oh, the quinoa?
Quinoa. You can use whatever you like. You can use orzo. You can use,
You're gonna put it over the top, on the side? What do you
on
want to
the
do?
side. I would put the quinoa off to the side.
Looks good, Mark.
Thank you.
Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this wonderful spring chicken dish.
Thank you.
You got it.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Well, I knew that.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Loaded with big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar, Bullets Over Broadway is bringing musical theater back with a bang. Your attendance is requested at the Players Center for this wild Broadway musical opening February 21st. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit the website at theplayers.org. This is one Broadway show that is sure to knock 'em dead.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
I think I'm most proud of our state for sticking to our long history of working for labor rights and staying 55 united in remembering what West Virginians stand for and where we came from, and never backing down as a collective unit.
Coming up this morning on Good Morning Suncoast.
West Virginia teachers going back to school today. The statewide teacher strike has finally come to an end there.
I'm live at the crash and memorial site of a high-profile, deadly hit-and-run crash. What Florida Highway Patrol and the family of this victim is doing to stop hit-and-runs on the Suncoast is straight ahead. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Good morning to you. Thanks for waking up and joining us on this slightly wet morning out there. It is halfway through the week. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. Wednesday, March the 7th, and we are watching two different storms today, very different ones. A second nor'easter winter storm named Quinn is expected to slam the northeast today with damaging snow, rain, and winds. And here on the Suncoast, to your right there, a band of rain moving through our area. Our first alert forecast now from John Scalzi. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Well, different but connected. The frontal boundary is wrapping up around that nor'easter and stretching down into our area and moving through even as we speak. So some cooler weather coming our way. Dawn breaking at Lakewood Ranch. Well, in fact, it's breaking everywhere. It's not exclusive to Lakewood Ranch, but we have a little bit of cloud cover out there. We also have a few scattered showers as well. Satellite view shows there are some holes in the clouds, and we will see the sun today. We'll even see the sun this morning at times, I suspect, but we'll also have to deal with showers over the course of the next hour or two. We have some scattered showers right now moving onshore near Osprey, near Inglewood. Lido seeing a few scattered showers over the next 15 or 20 minutes. Some moderate rain falling there as those showers rapidly move inland. And the heaviest of the rain now moving away from Inglewood Isles Parkway out into areas inland. I think some warm Mineral Springs, areas around Vamo can see some showers over the course of the next 15-20 minutes. We are looking at about a 40% or less chance of showers during the next couple of hours, and then clearing taking place pretty rapidly as we head into the mid-morning. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking the wet roads right now. There is an issue already today on State Road 70 at 45th. We'll click on that for more details, but do be aware of State Road 70, always an issue, and today the roads are wet. Let's check farther south now in the northern half of Sarasota County. Nothing too much in the red right now. Clark Road showing some slowdowns in the eastbound lanes between Beneva and McIntosh. South County mostly clear right now at 6:33 on this Wednesday morning.
Well, this morning, Winter Storm Quinn is headed straight for the Northeast. 60 million are bracing for snow and freezing rain and some flooding. 13 states from Virginia all the way to Maine are all under winter storm alerts and warnings. ABC's Kenneth Moten is tracking the storm as it gets closer.
Overnight, a new winter blast for the Northeast. Near Philadelphia, plow trains are on the roads. From Virginia to New Jersey, mostly rain. But in Pennsylvania up to Massachusetts, several inches of snow expected in areas still cleaning up from last week's monster nor'easter.
We still don't have power. We haven't even been able to get our insurance company in to see the house.
More than 100,000 on the East Coast still in the dark. The last storm knocked out power to millions. This incredible video from a dash cam in Hyde Park, New York, shows a tree taking out power lines. Today's nor'easter fueled by a Midwest blizzard that brought whiteout conditions, high winds, and treacherous roads.
That is not good.
Trucks spotted sliding sideways in Bismarck, North Dakota. Hundreds of accidents reported. In Massachusetts, the coastal community is still recovering, some underwater.
This is really a double whammy for a lot of coastal communities. Here we are days later, and this neighborhood here in Marshfield is still underwater.
Crews spent Tuesday trying to clear up seawalls in Duxbury after powerful waves caused parts of them to collapse.
We have massive destruction to our infrastructure here.
From Pennsylvania to New York, the worst of the storm is expected during the evening commute. Several governors in the Northeast have already declared states of emergency. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Well, stay at the scene. That is the message this morning from Florida Highway Patrol, as they say hit-and-run crashes are on the rise here on the Suncoast.
Marla Spence joins us now live from University Parkway at the scene of a hit-and-run crash last year. Marla, good morning.
Yeah, Rain, Stephanie, as the Florida Highway Patrol investigates several hit and runs on the Suncoast, they are specifically working on solving a hit and run, a deadly hit and run that is, that took the life of a 20-year-old last February. Now, just a few days ago, the family of 20-year-old Katerina Huffman put this memorial sign out. They put that memorial sign out after their original memorial sign went missing. The family tells me this past Christmas, pictures of their daughter, Katerina Huffman, were found on the ground and the memorial plaque in her honor was missing. The family was told it was not removed by Florida Highway Patrol, the Florida Department of Transportation, the city, or the county. The memorial was placed out here just a few months ago after Katerina's car crossed a median and was hit by a car where her memorial now sits. Her father tells us the new memorial will help bring justice to their family.
Yeah, but we've got some tips they're following up on, and they're going to do something because they know for sure now with witnesses that have come forward from the first memorial, which was another reason we put one up, because I wanted someone, if they saw that, maybe they remember that night, and maybe the slightest thing, if you were near that accident scene, doesn't matter how little you think it is, any little thing you can remember, if you call Crime Stoppers, they can investigate it.
Just last month, a witness did come forward with more information in that car crash that was a hit and run. So far, this memorial sign is now cemented into the ground. There's a camera in the tree and also lights beaming off of the sign. The family, as well as Crime Stoppers, they're offering a $3,000 reward for anyone with information leading to an arrest. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Very hard for that family. Thank you, Marla. For the latest on this story, breaking news, and the forecast, check out our new app. It's under WWSB or My Suncoast.
This morning, teachers and workers at Sarasota County Schools have a new deal. The Sarasota County School Board voted yesterday to get rid of the step salary system and use a merit-based pay schedule instead. No, the new 2-year contract will mean that effective teachers will get just over a 3% raise, and then highly effective teachers will get just over a 4% raise. Non-instructional employees will see almost a 4% increase as well. Now, as part of this deal, new teachers will receive a salary of roughly $43,000.
This morning, school is back in session in West Virginia. After 9 days, the statewide teachers' strike there has come to an end. State lawmakers reached a deal to give a 5% raise to all state employees, including teachers and school staff. The American Federation of Teachers calls this a huge breakthrough, and it could lead to a ripple effect. In fact, Oklahoma teachers now say they're fed up with low pay and considering a walkout of their own next month.
Well, just over 1,000 families are still getting help from the federal government after Hurricane Irma, but that assistance is about to come to an end. The short-term temporary hotel program will end this weekend. Now, the state has already asked FEMA to try and extend the program 5 times over the last 6 months, so Irma victims could get emergency housing. FEMA says the program has helped 27,000 families so far, and most of them have already moved back into their homes.
And meantime, 6 months after Hurricane Maria, thousands of Puerto Ricans are still staying in hotels around the country. FEMA is still paying for almost 10,000 storm victims who are living now in 37 states and also on Puerto Rico. But that help will end in 2 weeks, and many victims say without the aid, they will have no place to go. Puerto Rico's governor has asked for the deadline to be extended.
Well, Florida's a step closer to living up to the nickname, the Sunshine State. A bill that would create year-round daylight saving time is now headed to Governor Scott's desk. Now, if it's approved, Floridians, we will not have to set our clocks back in the fall when the rest of the eastern part of the country does. That means we get more sunshine during the winter. Now, if Scott signs the Sunshine Protection Act, Congress would have to change an existing federal law in order to allow that switch.
And your chance to listen to live music this weekend along the Riverwalk. Music in the Park returns to Bradenton's Riverwalk Friday. It's Realize Bradenton's free 8-party concert series. Live music at the amphitheater each Friday through April 27th, starting at 6 p.m. Very nice event.
All right, looks like we have some good weather hopefully still ahead.
Hope so.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert weather and traffic. And the U.S. Secretary of Education is on her way to Parkland this morning.
We will preview her meeting with students at Stoneman Douglas High School, but first, up north at the scene right now in Marshfield, Mass. A live picture. Right out there, daylight, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Let's get the local scene right now from John Scalzi.
Yeah, they have more rain than we did, but we still have a chance of seeing some rainfall during your morning commute, so we'll put that box checked on the drive time forecast. Also, winds could be an issue for high-profile vehicles going over the Skyway Bridge. Watch for that. Temperatures will be cool, upper 60s to low 70s, and that's about where we'll be for your return home, only there'll be a little bit more sunshine around. Airport delays, even with that nor'easter, we're not looking at any airport delays across the region. In the school bus forecast, well, it calls for some spotty showers during these morning hours, but sunny skies when they come home this afternoon. Complete forecast in a sec.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Drive a brand new 2018 Lincoln MKC for $279 per month or the Lincoln MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment. Every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call, let us give you some peace of mind.
Florida Studio Theater presents Native Gardens. Stately gardens and cultures clash, turning friendly neighbors into feuding adversaries. When a disagreement over a long-standing fence spirals into an all-out comedic battle of taste, privilege, and entitlement, no one comes out smelling like a rose. Critics are calling Native Gardens timeless as well as timely, smart and first-rate. audience are calling it one of the best. Native Gardens is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a multimedia journalist who can tell a story on all platforms and meet tight deadlines. Reporting experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So I've called it a First Alert weather morning for the next couple of hours, and then we'll be able to get rid of the rain chance, I think. But at 67 degrees currently with a dew point of 63, we've got some light rain in progress at the airport. Northwest wind coming in breezy today. That's the other thing. Aside from the scattered showers that are around, we have some breezy winds out there, gusty winds, and high-profile vehicles across the Skyway Bridge could have an issue. We're looking at perhaps gusts as high as 20 miles per hour or more. Rains will end early this morning, though. That's the good news. By about 9 a.m., our rain chance going from its present 40%, say, down by half to 20%. And then very shortly thereafter, rain showers will be gone from the region this morning. By noontime, look for sunshine poking through some of those clouds and a temperature of about 68 degrees, only 70 by 3 p.m. So temperatures are going to be kind of flat today, kind of doing battle with the clouds and the northerly wind. The sunshine doesn't stand much of a chance of heating us up today. 62 degrees by the time we get to 7 p.m. under fairly clear skies. We'll clear out during the overnight, and tomorrow morning will be kind of a chilly start to the morning, but a little bit breezy with temperatures in the lower 50s. So here are rain showers that are around. You notice a lot of the stuff out in Gulf waters in the process of just falling apart. So this is going to be a brief rain event, a brief First Alert weather morning. We've got some showers right now. Lower Longboat Key into areas of St. Armands, back over the bridge. Siesta Key seeing some showers back toward Bee Ridge Road to the interstate. There are some light showers in progress there. And then also down around the Inglewood area, some moderate rain falling in one little isolated patch in Inglewood. And you could see some more of that. Manasota Beach, Inglewood, and down toward areas of even Gasparilla will see some showers. All of that kind of pluming across Northport and moving inland. That's sinking southward, though, so the total rainfall amounts are not going to be all that great, even though there are some more showers out here in the Gulf. Those will tend to hit areas of southern Charlotte County and Lee County even. And then out in the Gulf waters, as I mentioned, got some clearing taking place. Through the day, I think we'll see a lot more sunshine as we head into the afternoon hours. I think this kind of model overdoes the amount of rainfall that we get this afternoon. We might get a little patchy sprinkle before the noontime hour, but as we head into the afternoon, more sunshine than anything else under the influence of that northerly wind. And then temperatures will start to drop as we head into the overnight. By tomorrow morning, we're in the 50s, low 50s even in many locations, upper 40s inland. The low pressure area and the frontal boundary sink south. High pressure builds in. Winds come in out of the north, drawing down drier air. And we've got several days in a row of some very nice but cooler weather. For a lot of people, I think they'll enjoy it. But for today, those winds will be up, so small craft advisory for our area waters. 70 our high today, 65 only tomorrow, with temperatures in the 40s for a couple of days in a row. And Friday will warm a little, but not much, 67 the temperature. Be back in the 70s on Saturday with some increasing cloud cover, and then watch for a late Sunday shower extending into Monday, when we'll call it another First Alert day because of those rain showers around during commute time. And then on Tuesday, slightly cooler. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside. Some of those roads are still a bit wet out there right now at this hour after all that rain has kind of gone through. So just keep a heads up if you're headed out and about on your commute this morning. Definitely starting to see those bridges are getting busy around this time of the morning, as always, if you're headed into Bradenton. As well as 301 and 41, those roads do have some slowdowns that we're starting to see out there as well. The rest of the market is actually looking pretty good. If you're headed into North Sarasota and the North County area, those roads are looking pretty clear this morning. If you're headed a little farther in the south area, there is a little blip right there on Nokomis, kind of near 41 in that area. But other than that, not looking too bad out there this morning. And that at 6:49 is your First Alert traffic. And you are looking live at the weather conditions in Venice right now. It has been raining off and on at Venice Avenue and 41. A little windy as that band of rain has been moving through and is now headed farther south as well this morning.
New this morning, the most aggressive move yet in the Trump administration's push to force sanctuary cities to cooperate with immigration law. Today, Attorney General Jeff Sessions is expected to announce a federal lawsuit against California. The suit will ask a federal judge to block the state's sanctuary laws.
Today, the Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, will visit Stoneman Douglas High School. Now, DeVos will meet with students and teachers at the school in Parkland, where that shooting left 17 people dead and many more injured on February the 14th. Now, DeVos could be getting an earful today. Students and their families have become very vocal and active in the Never Again movement that calls for increased gun regulations to prevent another mass school shooting.
Still ahead, the day's top news headlines, and right now a peek outside our window at the conditions near downtown Sarasota.
That is right. It's looking still, getting a little bit better out there. Starting to clear up a little bit. A lot of rain that went through this morning. Did wash away some of that pollen on our cars, though. So there is the upside a little bit. We'll be right back with your headlines.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Rugs as Art. You know the name. You know the building. But do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
So Matt told me to meet him at 7 a.m. sharp right here. It is now 7:01 a.m. You think Matt would leave without me? Hey, is Matt here?
Long con.
Long gone.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
All done.
Mr. Sparky guarantees they're on time and the repair is free, so chop chop.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Matt, you started without me.
I finished without you too.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Coming up on Good Morning America, Nor'easter Round 2. Some 60 million are in the storm zone in the Northeast. How bad that winter storm will likely be around this time around, coming up this morning on GMA. And ABC 7 wants to make sure that you are ready for the day.
Here are the top 7 things you need to know before 7. First off, first alert forecast from John Scozzi.
Well, we got some scattered showers around for the next couple of hours. Right now, the heaviest stuff down to our south, but we do have some showers in central Sarasota, along Boat Key, along University, along Clark, and then stretching 2 points south around Inglewood, where the heaviest rain showers are. The headlines you need to know this morning are these rain showers will come to an end. We'll have a sun-cloud mix this afternoon, and it'll be cooler tomorrow.
Number 2, first alert traffic. Nothing major right now on the roads. Just be aware of some wet pavement as you head out the door this morning. Marla?
Yeah, I'm live on University Parkway. Florida Highway Patrol is encouraging people to stay at the scene of accidents. They're also working on solving several hit and runs on the Suncoast, including a deadly hit and run that took the life of 20-year-old Katarina Huffman last February. Her family placed this memorial sign right out here in honor of her, and now it sits with cemented as well as lights, as well as a camera sitting in the tree. Anyone with information leading to an arrest will be given a $3,000 reward.
Number 4 in the top 7, the Florida House will likely vote today on a controversial school safety program. It's in response to the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The bill addresses issues such as school security, mental health issues, and gun laws.
And number 5, Florida is one step closer to living up to the Sunshine State. A bill that would create year-round daylight saving time is now headed to Governor Scott's desk. If approved, we won't have to set their clocks back in the fall.
Number 6 this morning, some Sarasota teachers are getting more money in their paychecks. The board and union agreed to new merit-based salaries. They'll be retroactive at the start of the year. This replaces raises based on seniority.
And number 7, what's trending? Sadness for us Star Wars fans. Oscar-winning composer John Williams, who also created that iconic Jaws theme, plus the music for E.T. and Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park, and so much more, says he's calling it quits after the latest Star Wars film. In May, he said, quote, "I've had quite enough of Star Wars. There is no such thing, and it pains my soul this morning." Those are the top 7 things that you need to know before you walk out the door at 7. Grab some Kleenex. This is very sad.
He is a marvelous composer.
He is. He has created, like,
great.
you can hear the sounds and you know exactly where in the movie, just
Yes.
because he's that good.
I mean, if you just listen to an album of all of his movies, I mean, it's just, he's
Very
a
talented.
treasure.
Yes.
He's a treasure.
He is
Showers
amazing.
around the area. We'll be updating the forecast on the website in just a few moments. You want to catch that. Plus, carry along your First Alert weather app today.
All right, some raindrops on our lens outside the window here as we look out at Sarasota Bay and Longboat Key.
All right, some far, far worse weather up north. Stick around. Good Morning America has that and is up next.